Good morning, Miss Ades. My name is Brian Nicholas, and currently a student in the hotel operations of Universitas Multimedia Nusantara. Today, I will be presenting about the Service Marketing Week's 14 assignment. Okay, for the first one, as you can see, I will talk about the interview, the results of the interview, as well as the questions of the interview. The first one will be the Devi, which is the supervisor in Burger Rex located in Gading Serpong and Ify Junctions. And also Burger X is part of an actual cafe. Okay, so for the customer, Nia will be my future customer and she already tried slice as a product and she already tried many different flavored of slice itself. Okay, next this is the question list for Devi. As you can see, I asked about certain times when interest in the product sold increases, what strategies are used to attract customers, yeah, and other things as you can. Okay, so the result for the interview of Devi, the supervisor of Burger X, is uh, their strategy on how to attract customer is they use promo on apps like Gojek, Grab, and Shopee. And what makes them different is actually their meat is freshly made when a customer asks or order. And the price is very affordable. It starts at 14,000 rupiah. And how they promote their menu is they will start promoting their most expensive menu when there are customers asking for what is their specials. Okay. And the challenges in opening their burger place is their location, because their location is actually deep inside, so that is their weaknesses, and there are many competitors in the area as well. And also, talking about the price changes, their sales is still stable even though they change price like 1 until 2 times. Next, this is the question list for Nia, which is the customer. So, ask about what factors that affects you on buying this kind of products. What did you consider this product as? Actually, for example, like a snack, a main course. And why? Why did you consider it as that? What makes you think that this product is unique compared to other products? Did you interested in trying these products that combine traditional culture with modern innovations? And what is actually the main obstacle that keeps you from purchasing these products? Okay, so the result for the interview of Nia, which is the customer, is that she thinks that the taste of the product itself and the valuableness between the price is the main factor when it comes to buying this kind of products. And she also considers cold cuts or sausages as a snack, but could also be a complementary snack to eat with bread or even rice. By bread, she means like a sandwich or a hot dog and most. Most sausage sells black pepper cheese flavor. What makes my products is unique is it uses Indonesian taste such as rendang, kari, rica-rica. And also she is very interested on how people make something new that are actually common nowadays. The main obstacle for her is the availability of the product itself, the location of the store, and also the price of the product. Okay, next slide is the direct competitors of Slice. Okay, so the first one, there are three. I put three direct competitors, which is the Paulaner Brauhaus, the CV Rezeki Baru, and Grand Lucky. One is a supermarket store, one is like as you can see, a food supplier, and one is a restaurant. Okay, so I will begin to explain about Paulaner Brauhaus first. Paulaner Brauhaus is actually a Germany themed restaurant. It sells the Germany cuisines, Germany beers, and they actually sells a lot types of sausages and cold cuts as well. It is currently located in Grand Indonesia and is part of the Hotel Indonesia Kempinski Jakarta. Okay, so Paulaner Brewhouse will sell you an authentic Germany cuisines, and their waiter and waitresses uses Germany stuff clothing, so it really makes you feel like you are in Germany. Their customers really like the menu named Pork Hunter and their famous pork knuckle. But if we're talking about Germany restaurant, their sausages is very uh, interesting to taste. It's also very famous. There are a Nürnberger, there are a Debrezener, there are like a Vienna sausage. All those kind of sausage is very delicious. And also the cold cuts like pastrami, a salami, and also you can get it as an appetizer there with like a pretzel or something else. So there are a few Germany restaurants in Jakarta. What makes Polaner so different between others restaurant of Germany restaurant is they actually use 100% meat for their sausages and cold cuts. So people will often choose them rather than other Germany restaurant. Okay, so the next competitors I will talk about is Grand Lucky. What is Grand Lucky? Grand Lucky is actually a supermarket located in various area in Indonesia, and it's actually located in big cities such as my domicile is Gading Serpong or BSD. Their market segmentation is most likely a housewife that uh more rich than regular person, like 10 million until 15 million monthly from their husband. Grand Lucky is actually considered as one of the top in terms of supermarket in Indonesia. It provides high quality brands, veggies, meats, and of course, cold cuts. As you can see, I uh, put the picture of cold cuts that Grand Lucky sells. It has so many kind of cold cuts. Okay, so the service in Grand Lucky is actually very good. Customer is very pleased with their service. Mostly all the staff is friendly. Also, with their products quality. Compared to the other brands such as Transmart, Hypermart, Grand Li- Transmart, Hypermart, or maybe like a Ranch Market, Grand Lucky considerably have a good looking interior, so the customer will having a better time choosing their groceries with uh choosing their groceries. And Grand Lucky have an Instagram and website also. Their strength is located into their freshness and high quality products. Their weakness comes from the price and it's actually quite expensive for a supermarket. But as you can see, this is like an import item and a very high quality item. So, and their opportunity actually in the Grand Lucky BSD, people really likes to go there, and their parking is not very expensive. It's like a normal place, and from when they're opening, they actually have a free parking policies, so you don't need to pay for parking. And that may be because due to the high prices, they might lose customers. Okay, next one is the CV Rezeki Baru. So what is CV Rezeki Baru? CV Rezeki Baru is actually a food supplier located in Kota Batam. Why did I choose this? Because CV Baru has its own website that sells many of its products such as meats, whether it's chicken, beef, or fish. They also sells many kind of cold cuts. They sells like salami, pastrami, even like cured meat. They sell cured meat. Okay, so CV Baru make sure their brand is high quality and is a value for money. Buyer is mostly satisfied with the worker, the delivery staff. Civil Kibaru guaranteed their high quality products and their customers are satisfied with the products that they are selling. Their strength is in their confidence on their products. Weaknesses is their lack of internet usage other than website. Opportunities is they can expand in other city because they are a well-known brand in Batam and many people from Batam is trusting their brand to supply to their restaurant or their own business. And for the threats is they can be in danger if they are not using social media more often, so they didn't know what update is going on in the business area. Okay, so this is for my indirect competitors. So what exactly why I choose Subway as my indirect competitors? It's because Subway is a sandwich that uses cold cuts as their protein of choice. Like they have many like turkey, a chicken, and a beef. So actually, I'm kind of want to use my products to use it as like a sausage. So I may want to make a hot dog. So sandwich is kind of like my indirect competitors. So the strength of Subway is they have so many options, and also it is a cozy place. From their weaknesses, maybe from their due to their high prices. Subway is actually kind of high priced for a sandwich. Their opportunities, they can also do a promotion in Gojek, or because there are a few promo from Subway, they only use like an in-store promo instead of like an online. And then there are their threats due to their high prices. They never have been like so crowded. I never wait in line if I go to Subway. So I think their threats is because their high prices, and there are not many customers buying from Subway. But still, they are a delicious sandwich place. Okay, so this is my strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of my business. So the strength I use the Indonesian spice to make it unique and different than other brand. My weakness is actually I have a small budget and lack of advertisement. So my opportunities is I will introduce people not to just cold cuts but also Indonesian cold cuts or sausages. And the bonus is they will find out about my product first rather than the original product. I mean like regular pastrami, regular salami, they will find my product first because it is Indonesian taste and people will find out about it. So the threats about my product is actually not many people like cold cuts because first Indonesian people like hot foods, and hot equals salty, not like salty, and you know what I mean. Nah, cold equals sweet. You know, like, cold cuts is like a salty but cold dish, and many people didn't like that. So, and my business is like a small business. Usually, like a small business will lose to a well-known business or already a big brand businesses. This is my sales goals. So the first year, my total customer, since not many people like all cuts, start small, like 360 customers, and the growth like 18 million rupiah. Average revenue per day will be like just under 50,000 rupiah, which is the 49,500 rupiah. The marketing expenses is 1 million. Customer acquisition cost is 700,000 rupiah. Year two, like 500 customers. The growth is 25 million rupiah. Average revenue is 68,500 rupiah. And the marketing expenses, because there are more customer, I will up the expenses for marketing also. It is 1,250,000 rupiah. The customer acquisition cost become 1 million. And your T6 650 customers growth, the growth is will be 32,500,000 rupiah. The average revenue per day is 89,000 rupiah. The marketing expenses will rise again, and it became 1,500,000 rupiah. And the customer acquisition cost is like it's rising like 300,000 rupiah a year. and it will be 1.3 million rupiah. So this is my marketing strategy. My distribution is like to follow bazaar in nearby area. And actually, I will sell it online on my Instagram, on the product Instagram, the promotion. I will be using Instagram as the main platform. And the promo during bazaar, by that I mean like uh we will like yell out the promo, doing a bundling. So the pricing and price starting from 15,000 rupiah, which is like 50 grams of the cold cuts or sausage. And we will be using bundling system to make it more interesting and cheaper option. For example, if 15 like you get one, four I will give you like 50,000 rupiah. So the conclusion is I would need to focus on an affordable pricing strategy, do campaigns that reflect lifestyle and interests of teenagers, highlights the affordability and great taste of products in marketing messages, establish a physical presence in or near Gading Serpong to cater the majority of the audience, and the last one is to social media more often as a promotion for the product. Thank you, Miss Ades. I don't mind the tanggal. Thank you, Miss.